Hi everyone, Mel here. I hope you're having a great week so far. I hope you've been having some crafty fun. What have you been up to? Let me know in the comments. I love to hear what everybody's been making. Me, I'm working on Christmas, believe it or not. It is coming up to Christmas in July, but with the magazines we always work that wee bit earlier, so I've been having so much fun with Christmas stuff. Not really in the mood for it with all this heat, but will not complain. Today I wasn't too sure what I wanted to get up to. All I knew was I wanted to use some older papers, so I dug out some of these first edition ones. Now I don't think you can get these anymore, but I will link to anything similar down below if you check the comments. And I just knew I wanted to use these. I mean, I don't know if you can see on camera, but this has a lush gold running through it. And with my brother and his wife's wedding anniversary coming up, my sister-in-law, I knew I wanted to use this because we're just back from Bali and I knew it would be perfect. So I thought, what could I do with this? And I decided on a trifold card. Now, you wouldn't call it a trifold card now, you'd probably call it a half Cascade, but way back when I used to make them, they were just regular trifold cards. So all you're going to need for that is a piece of A4 card, your pattern papers and some of your embellishments, and that's all we're going to need for today. So before we get started, if you like the video, please give it a thumbs up. I know I go on and on and on, but it really helps my channel. And if you're not already, maybe subscribe, hit that bell button to get notifications of my upcoming videos, and let's get started. So before we get started quickly, I'm going to apologise for the filming. I film on my phone and you can see it flickers on any white background, so just be aware of that. I apologise. So first of all, what we're going to do, if you've got a piece of A4 card, you're going to divide it into 3 equal spaces. So you're going to mark at 3 3/4, 7 1/2 and 11 1/4. The wee bit here you see on the side that I'm just going to mark down with my pencil, I'm going to cut this off. Then I'm going to take my scoring tool and divide these into equal sections to make my card base. So now that our card base is made and it's folded and we've cut off this end section, we're going to make our cascade part. So all I'm doing here is marking from the bottom of my card up about 5 3/4. I eventually changed this to 5, so just ignore this just now. So I'm going to mark with my pencil, then I'm going to go from my second score line to this mark to create the cascade. So off camera I have cut all my layers, so you'll need 6 layers in total, then with your top layer. So each layer is, for the first one, is 3 1/2 wide, and then the second layer is 3 1/4. All you're going to do then is make them the same height minus 1/4 inch for each layer as your card. Really easy. So to get the perfect cascade, or to follow the pattern of the card, all you have to do is line up flush with the back of your card. Use your pencil and follow the top part of the card and then just trim it off. Sounds more difficult than it actually is. And you can see it's come out absolutely perfect. Now all you're going to do is repeat this for all your other layers. Remember, you have to do the back of the card as well, so you're needing your 6 double layers. That's all the layers made. Now all I want to do is add some ink around the edges just to take away the harsh white lines. But remember, when you're making your layers, to have 2 going in the opposite direction of the front, so because they'll be on the back. Don't forget that. I did that off camera, I had to redo them. Next, all we're doing is gluing our layers together. Remember just to use a tacky glue, or if you like double-sided sellotape, use that, or a tape runner. As long as your glue dries clear, it'll be perfect. Once I've glued the layers together, I'm going to glue them onto the card base. And that's the wee card all done, as you can see here. All I'm going to do now is decorate. So I've dug out some gorgeous ribbons to match the papers, but first of all I've got these lush new dies from Chloe's. I've got the ovals and the circles. In hindsight, I should have used the ovals for all the layers just to give it a bit more flow, but I do use the circles. First of all though, I'm going to wrap some ribbon around it. Now please remember, this will add bulk to your card. I kind of forgot this. I don't know how. I mean, I've been making cards for years and I still forget things. So please be aware of that when you add ribbon. So you see here, I'm going to do a double strand of the navy and add the green through the middle. wee top tip just to help with the ribbon to stop it being so bulky. What you want to do is when you're going around the corners or when you're going into corners, if you sort of bend the card with the ribbon, this will help it stop being as bulky and help the card fold. So off camera I've cut out a whole load of the ovals and the circles. I've got double layers of white with the green, and I've also printed out gorgeous little pictures from their holiday in Bali, a whole load of foliage, a wee sentiment as well, and some butterflies. Now all I'm going to do is ink the edges of these, add some ink to the edges of my layers, and then we'll get decorating. So what I've done here is I glued my first two layers together with my little note and my pictures, and I'm adding foam pads to the back to stick them onto the decorative layers. Now remember, this will add bulk, so if you don't want your card to be too bulky and so it folds a bit flatter, just glue them together. Once I've done this, I'm going to glue the layers onto the card. Remember to do both sides. Apologies, I seem to have lost the first wee bit of the footage to show you me decorating this card. So all I'm doing here is I've added on some mulberry flowers that match the colours of the papers, and I'm adding on some of my foliage along with these die cut butterflies. Now remember, again, this will add bulk, so if you don't want anything too bulky, stick with some flat die cuts, or even just some gems would work well. Cutting out some of those butterflies and pattern papers would be great as well. Remember, I'm just showing you how the card goes together. The decorating part is all up to you. And we're all finished. So you can't really see it yet because I've tied a bow because it is rather bulky. I've went a wee bit overboard with all the dimension. Now you don't need to do that. I just like adding it all, and I know that it's going to go in a box when it gets posted, so it'll be perfectly fine. So I've just added this wee bow to hold it together. As you can see, it sort of pops open and then it's ready. Now I know the butterfly wings are a bit squashed, but I'm not really bothered because it adds to texture and it just makes everything sort of stand out. So when it is standing, it will sit like that as such. So it looks actually quite funky. If I bring you down, sorry if this sort of flips, ignore the mess. Sorry, they're plugged in. You can see how it sits and all the detail. These are just some of their fab pictures that they took when they were in Bali, and I just thought it would add to everything. And I've got a bit on the back where I'll write a message, but I thought, yes, just perfect for them. Just pop you back up. See, there we go. So what do you guys think? It might not be everybody's cup of tea, but I wanted to do something a little bit different. And this is kind of old school style card. I haven't seen one of these in a wee while. I have seen the Cascade ones where you have two of these and they slot together, which is quite funky, but I do like my tradition. So guys, remember, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. It really helps my channel, and if you're not already, maybe subscribe. Again, that really does help my channel. It helps me get noticed. I still am lost on YouTube at the moment, but hey, there's so many amazing crafters and designers and tutorials out there. I can't complain. So until next time guys, bye.